gates we are approaching are electrically operated, and you'll notice only one set of gates is open at a time. This is to prevent any animals inside the park from getting out as we enter. And do take note of the sign posted on the first set of gates that say trespassers will be eaten. This is a reminder that all of our animals are wild, so don't let their gentle looks fool you. If you look past the fence on the right hand, the cheetah is truly a rare and endangered species. For many years, they were hunted for their beautiful coat and began to disappear from the wild, so there are less than 7,500 cheetahs left in the wild today. But thankfully, over 40 cheetah cubs have been born here in the park since 2001.
There's another one right there in the back.
And fine-boned, the cheetah is built for speed. Speeds up to 100 kilometers per hour may be reached during short sprints, making the cheetah the fastest land animal on Earth.
Look. Super fast.
I don't see it running though. One's just chilling.
One's just chilling.
Where is there any lions?
Lions are very social creatures and live in prides of 5 to 20 members. A pride will consist of males, females, and cubs of various ages, so they are the only big cats that live in family units. As you can see, they are also very lazy creatures and will sleep about 15 to 20 hours a day. Despite their laziness, they are the supreme hunters of the savannah. One lion can take down an animal weighing up to 1,000 pounds. And knowing this, it's interesting that the lioness does most of the hunting. It is only the male lion that grows that beautiful mane. The mane's function is to protect the head and neck region when fighting with other cats, but also to make the male look more intimidating to other males and more impressive to the ladies. Over 150 lion cubs have been born here at the park. In captivity, lions can live 25 years or more, but in the wild they usually live less than 10 as they get injured by prey or by other cats.
Wait, is that one that's behind? Is that?
We are now entering Timbavati Lion Country, where you'll get a closer look at our rare white lions. These lions are just like the ones from the last reserve, except for the color of their coats. White lions are also called blonde lions.
See it, Reba?
They are not albino. Their coat is due to a genetic condition called leucism.
Look at the huge line on that side.
I know, but I saw 24 altogether.
Just like the tawny brown lions, they usually have hazel or golden eyes, although some do have blue, green, or gray eye color. Dismissed as superstition, accounts of white lions have been around for centuries in Africa. According to African folklore and legends from over 400 years ago, lions were children of the sun sent to Earth as gifts. They do now exist in the region of South Africa known as Timbavani. A number of these white lions have been returned to the wild. However, according to the Global White Lion Protection Trust, there are less than 300 white lions worldwide. The greatest number does exist in zoos where they are deliberately bred for their color.
Looking at Rayma. He's looking at Rayma and he's saying, oh my god. Bye, Lion.
As we're driving around reserves, you'll see many of our game wardens in their zebra-striped trucks. The game warden's job is to make sure that all of the animals in the park are behaving themselves, but also that our visitors are behaving as well. For bed, even though it is not their bedtime yet, but they will climb through a wire-enclosed chute along the fence here into the building on the other side. They will sleep in the building. Baboons are found throughout Africa and southern parts of Asia. They can live up to 20 years and weigh about 88 pounds.
What is it? Look at their butt. What is it? It's like a bum. What is
24 plus what?
Baboons are very social creatures. Their social behavior begins at birth.
I saw 35.
Females inherit ranking from their moms, but a male's ranking is open to challenge.
Is 35
Where are they going?
Older baboons are scared of, or at least very respectful of, their leaders. Baboons actually have cheek pouches where they can store large amounts of food, kind of like a chipmunk. This does allow them to gather food on the go and save it for later. Baboons are mostly vegetarians, but also eat.
But he looks like he's angry. Why is he angry?
Looks like that. That's his face.
What is 24 plus 16? Mama, that's 24 plus 16. We are just children. What is it? What is 24 plus 16? What is 24 plus
Hello.
We do caution our visitors not to open their windows. Playful and friendly as these baboons may seem, they can be very dangerous as they have extremely sharp teeth and are not afraid to use them. So feeding our baboons is definitely best left to our professional staff. Baboons are very much at home on the ground, moving quite fast on all fours. In their natural habitat, they'll cover 3 to 6 kilometers a day in this manner, never straying too far from the safety of the trees. Baboons will retreat to the trees for safety when darkness falls in order to sleep and escape their deadliest enemy, the leopard. There actually has been an increase in the baboon population since man started hunting leopards. And if you look ahead of us, you will see two of the baboons picking at each other. Not only does this remove dirt, ticks, and fleas, but it's an important form of social bonding. Up on the right, you can see the chute that these monkeys climb through to go to bed. Does look like some of them are pretty excited to go to bed today.
You can see them. There's three.
Our baboons do know they're not allowed to go into the next reserve, so thankfully they do listen pretty well. But we do always keep
43. I'm not moving it. 44.
There's zebra on your side. Right there, right there. See, look at it. You see it?
I thought that before they drive on the
up on our right hand side, you will be seeing some of our zebras. Zebras are considered the wild horse of Africa. However, unlike the domestic horse, they are pretty much impossible to train. So none of us will be having any pet zebras anytime soon. Zebras do have very good senses of sight, hearing, and smell, and are very quick to react to danger. Their sturdy legs enable them to run up to 65 kilometers per hour, but this is not faster than a lion, so they do always have to stay vigilant so they don't fall prey to any lions or a pack of hyenas. The subspecies of zebra here is called Grant's zebra. They are easily identified by the broad stripes encircling their body and legs. There are a lot of theories about why the zebra has its stripes. One of the most popular is they act as what's called a Venetian blind to help the animal cope with the severe heat of Africa. So the black stripe would absorb heat, whereas the white stripe would reflect it.
They're so beautiful, guys. How do you even so
They are the largest of all antelope species, weighing up to 2,200 pounds. Both males and females have those enormous hollow horns that are used as a very good defense against their enemies. As you can see, they also have white stripes on their torso. From far away, this makes it look like their ribs are sticking out and they are thin, which does make them a less appealing snack to potential predators. If you look closely on our left-hand side, you can see one of the elands that is smaller than the others. She was born earlier this year, so she's about 3 or 4 months old now. across his chest. This is known as the scimitar horned oryx. These guys get their name from the strange shape of their horns because they look like a scimitar, which is an Asian sword with a curved blade. They once lived in northern Africa but went extinct in the wilds in 2000 due to excessive hunting and habitat loss. A small population was reintroduced into Tunisia and Chad, and they're surviving quite well for now. You'll see another white antelope, this one that has twisted horns on the right. This is the addax or the screw-horn antelope. Both males and females have those horns that twist around 2 or 3 times. These guys are actually able to live their entire lives without drinking a single drop of water. The gray animals lying down on the right are the white-bearded wildebeest. Wildebeest are famous for their great migrations that happen every year. There are about 1.5 million of these guys in the Serengeti, so they do have the largest land mammal migration on Earth. Every day that the herd moves through their migration, they will eat through 5,000 tons of grass.
Oh, giraffes. I love giraffes.
As we drive along, you'll see many sandy brown mountain goat-like animals. These are the Barbary sheep, and are very good jumpers and climbers, able to clear obstacles up to 6.5 feet in height. Babies are born in the spring, so we do have many young Barbary sheep throughout this reserve. Babies will jump around just hours after birth and can soon climb just as well as their parents. Barbary sheep are still pursued by hunters in their native African habitat. On our left-hand side, you will see the rare white rhinos. As you can see, they're not really white, as they are more of a gray color. They get their name from the Afrikaans word wide, which means wide or square-lipped. You can see their large head-like lips at work cropping the grass, as they are strictly vegetarians. A white rhino can stand up to 6.5 feet tall and weigh close to 5,500 pounds. All rhinos do have pretty bad eyesight, but good senses of smell and hearing. They do tend to be peaceful animals and less provoked, so the aggressive reputation they've been given is undeserved. Rhinos have been hunted for various reasons, including sport and hide, but mostly their horns, which were believed to have magical powers. White rhinos do have 2 horns, one behind the other, with the one in front reaching over 1 meter in length.
Where's the other one?
On the face. You see right on the top of their nose?
On a positive note, as a result of aggressive conservation programs, white rhino numbers are increasing in the wild. The 4 you see here today, named Mac, Firestar, and Lenny, came from Kruger National Park in South Africa as part of a translocation program. Every giraffe has their own unique set of spots, kind of like you and I have our own unique fingerprints. The giraffe is the tallest land animal, standing up to 19.5 feet tall. A mother giraffe will often give birth while standing up, so her newborn's first experience outside of the womb is a 6-foot drop. These guys will be moved into that pen when it's time for them to go to bed, so it does look like everybody's getting ready to go to sleep.
Nobody's getting tired.
200.
Giraffes will sleep as little as 30 minutes a day and usually standing up. Here at safari, they do lie down as they aren't threatened, but you'll never see one lying down in the wild without another close by to watch for predators.
How long will it take us to get back?
We do have hay feeders up here for the exclusive use of the giraffes. In their natural habitat, giraffes will eat the lower leaves off of tall trees. They wrap around leaves with their tongue like we do with our fingers and pull it into their mouths to feed themselves.
No.
The giraffe's tongue is so long they can clean their nose and ears with them. Their tongue is also a purplish black color that's thought to prevent sunburning, as they do spend a long time outside their mouth every day. You may notice one of the giraffes on the right-hand side has his tongue sticking out. His name is Kikuyu. He was born with a jaw defect, so his tongue does spend most of the time outside his mouth, but he doesn't seem to mind too much. Although the giraffe is so tall and awkward looking, they can move most gracefully at speeds up to 48 kilometers per hour. As a matter of fact, the word giraffe comes from the Arabic word meaning the graceful one. Unfortunately, giraffes have been eliminated from large parts of their natural habitat. Man is the giraffe's most dangerous enemy, but lions and leopards also impact their populations. Both males and females have horns, but only the males have those giant spiraling horns, like you can see the one on top of the rocks there. The male's horns can reach up to 5 feet in length. These guys are very good jumpers and climbers and have no problem. Among the group of fallow deer, you may notice there's one sitting amongst them that looks a little different than the others. The dark brown one sitting near the logs is actually a North American elk baby, but he does like to spend most of his time hanging out with the deer. million bison roaming North America. However, they did go extinct in the wild for a decade. With many groups introducing them back into the wild, they can be seen roaming freely again, but their numbers are only in the thousands. A bison cow will give birth to a single calf in the late spring or early summer, so we do have a number of babies here. If you look near the rock pile, you will see an orange one. This one was actually just born earlier this week. When first born, the bison calves are a rusty red color and weigh between 30 and 55 pounds. This is a far cry from how much they weigh at maturity, as a large male can tip the scales at over 2,800 pounds, with females about half that size. Bison are often mistakenly called buffaloes, but there is a clear distinction between the two. Bison have small curved horns, large heads, and a large hump on their backs, and buffaloes have long horns, small heads, and no hump. So the symbol you see on the Buffalo Bills jersey is really a bison.
Whoa, what's that?
Inside, it is only the males that have those antlers. The antlers begin to grow at age 2 and are shed every year in April and replaced by a larger set.
Are they Santa's reindeer?
Not sure. Many people don't know there is a difference between horns and antlers. Antlers are shed and replaced every year throughout the life, whereas horns are permanent.
Oh, and it's pumpkin.
Fallow deer do come from Europe and Great Britain, where they are sometimes called the park deer. In the summer, when their fur is thin, you can see their spots easily, but when it's winter, they have a thicker fur, so you can't see their spots as well. The larger brown animal on the left here is the North American elk. This is the adult version of the baby we saw earlier. It is also only the male elk that grows the antlers. They're actually the fastest growing bone of any mammal, growing as much as 1 inch per day in the summer season.
Zero. Zero. Zero.
Hold on, let's take it back. No, it's the other side, other side. Look the other way.
The North American elk is the second largest member of the deer family in North America, second to only the moose. They are sometimes called wapiti, which is a Native American word meaning white rump, referring to the distinct color of the elk's back end.
Why would he see your squirrel? There he is. Hi.
I'm gonna make you die.
Small beavers are cute. Guys, do you want to take a look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
reserves is now coming to an end. But I will let you know some other activities as part of your day here on safari. We do have 2 free nature tours, including the Nature Boy Scenic Railway and the African Queen Boat Cruise. We do have 3 bird and mammal performances, some of which may still have performances today. They are Little Ray's reptile presentation, birds of prey flying demonstration, and parrot paradise show. If you stroll through Pet's Corner, you'll see more animals on display, including the elephant lookout, as well as many gifted craft shops, the kids' wet play area, and a 300-seat restaurant. All of this information and more is in the program and map you should have received upon arrival, but if you don't have one, they are available in all 3 buildings. If you have any questions about the tour or safari in general, I would be happy to try and answer them for you as you exit from the bus. When we come to a stop, I will be placing a step stool down for your safety and convenience, so please just watch your step as you exit. Spend your day here on safari.
Thank you.